Cheese on bread. We're back with another banging episode of the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast. On today's episode, we are going to be speaking to a very good friend of mine, DJ Chrystilize. As a female DJ, she has achieved so much in her time of DJing. Not only is she a residency for the Hackney Moves Fitness Day, she also does gym box, worked for Brewdog, One Extra, award-winning company brand with the fitness stuff. She's done festivals, Boomtown, Lovebox. Like, guys, listen. Especially my female DJs, if you want to get some keys to success in the game, this episode is definitely going to be for you. So, without any delay or without any waste, we need to get into this on quick fast. So, let's roll that VT. DJ Chrystilize, how are you doing, my sister?
I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm so happy to be here on this podcast.
Do you know what's crazy? Yeah, Chrystilize, is that the people listening don't know how long this podcast has been in the waiting wings. We were speaking about podcasts. Actually, do you know what, Chrystle? I think you should tell them the story. Do you remember when you first told me about podcasts? What did I say? What did I say to you?
Yes. You said, no, not right now. 247 events is where the vision is right now, and I'm going to focus on that for the next 12 to 18 months. And then, the application form that you want to submit. Yeah, you submitted, but man's not involved right now still.
Hey guys, you know what? Yeah, honestly, that was the conversation, and that was about maybe 2 years ago now.
About 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so then I did do the events group. I did do the thing that I said, and then I said, boom, 25, we are going to rock and roll. So, yeah, it's been a long time waiting, but we are here now. Chrystle, I brought you onto this podcast because I think you're an amazing individual. There's so much things that you've achieved as a woman, as a female DJ, and as a DJ in general, and I think it's great to highlight female DJs. I've always been like, female DJs are going to be the next big thing, and it's going to make the industry a bit more exciting, and you've done so much, and there's so much I want to get into, and the Radio 1 stuff, the award-winning stuff, like the fitness, all the things that you're doing, Hackney Moves, but we're going to get into it in a minute. But before we get into all that good stuff, I like to start my podcast by letting the people know who it is we are speaking to. So I like to start my first question with asking you, Chrystilize, how did you start as a DJ? What was your first inspiration into DJing?
Well, boy, what can I say? Well, we need to kind of go back a little bit to say we've known each other from like secondary school days.
Yeah, secondary school days. Yeah.
Secondary. We're now approaching our 40s, and you lot out there, do the maths, yeah, do the maths. Me and Dar been locked in for not even a minute.
No, a very long time. Yeah.
Decades, yeah, plural. Yeah. So, so I would say like going back to school. Mm-hmm. I went to a girls' school. We grew up in an era where we used to go to under 18 raves. Mm-hmm. And that was a highlight of our lives, to get out and and to listen to music that we'd only hear back then on our radio station, on our FM radio stations. Mm-hmm. So I've always wanted to be a part of the scene in terms of like being able to select the music and play the music that was being played in the dances. And I found that it was very male dominated. Yeah. And back then it was vinyls as well. A lot of men were rolling in the club with vinyls. So as far as the physical side of it went, and the accessibility sides, I couldn't get in on that back when I was in secondary school. So from the age of, I'll say, between 14 and 16, then I looked at different programs that I could potentially join. So we used to rave with an organisation called Bigger Fish, and they... Remember our Bigger Fish? Yeah, Bigger Fish Day.
Bigger Fish is a big brand. Hey, Chrystle, I remember Bigger Fish was a big brand back in the day. They used to do raves, they used to do DJ classes and workshops as well. So we need more things like that, especially for our younger people. We need more things just like Bigger Fish, man.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Bigger Fish were guaning. They were even doing steel pan workshops at one point. And I remember that when they did have a DJ workshop come up, I wasn't older. I was out of the age bracket, so I think it was only for secondary school aged, and I only found out about it when I was leaving secondary school. So that was a bit annoying. And then we're going all the way back to like 2001, and there wasn't any DJ schools out there. There was one DJ school. I'm not bigging them up right now, yeah, because their prices.
Yeah, I know exactly. I know exactly who
You
you're
know
talking
who I'm
about.
talking
Yeah,
about.
I used to go online and I used to look at, like, scratch courses. I'm like,
Thank
okay, that's
music
expensive.
production,
But they used to act like
DJing
it was accessible for you, and I was like, that's not accessible. I don't like.
at all.
Yeah, I don't have a credit card. But anyway, yeah, I know you're talking about. We're not going to slate them, but yeah.
Yeah, ain't got a credit card, ain't got a spare 4K lying
Do you
around.
know,
Yeah. Let's talk prices.
yeah.
The audacity of it, yeah. It was blatantly, again, it kind of goes back to the whole, like, the scene and who can access it.
Yeah.
If you've got the P's, if you've got the money, yeah, come and be a part of this collective. But if you haven't got it, then, toodaloo, like.
Toodaloos, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do your thing, like, yeah, like getting where you fit in. And I wasn't able to fit in with that. An attempt to learn to get into DJing. I actually told my careers advisor at school I wanted to be a DJ and I wanted to be a promoter. I looked at her dead and 2 and 2 eyes made 4, and I said I want to be a DJ and I want to be a promoter. And she was like, okay, I think you should go ahead and go and do media communication course. You should be able to get on the pathways for. I was like, okay. Media was the most, I would say, exciting course that I wanted to actively go and apply myself to as a school leaver, but none of it involved any DJing. I studied media for 3 years, but I did manage to get into other elements of radio and things like that during my time at college, which was great, which we'll come on to a bit later. So so from that point, after I studied media, I then had my first child, who's now 21. And, as the years went by, I wouldn't say I lost my way or lost my vision of wanting to DJ. I've always had it as something that I wanted to do. And my sister, DJ Louise, she's been DJing for longer than me, and she knows that I've wanted to get in. So she's always sent me links to join workshops or join other events that are happening, but they always clashed with my business, which we'll talk about as well. So I was never able to access any workshops, it became a frustration. And again, trying to pay, I don't mind, don't get me wrong, paying for something that you need or that you require in order to better yourself is always a good thing. But it's the affordability and the timing. I've now got 3 children, so trying to manage, my family, along with my own career goals, along with my household, things like that, fitting in DJing, it did make it quite hard. But big up my sister, because she actually, there was a couple of stop-start DJ workshops that I went on in 2017, 2018. And then in 2019, I was sent some information to apply for a women's only DJ workshop with Foundation FM, which was run by Azima Mag, by Sanaya and Jamila. Lovely ladies. It's a female magazine led by women of color. And they was running a workshop that was once a month, all in Peckham, and there was maybe 8 to 10 other females that were on
10 days.
This.
Okay, other female DJs,
other female DJ, other females I wanted to learn how to DJ. So for me, it was a bit of a slow burner, because it's like once a month and Peckham, and there's other ladies there, and how much time how am I gonna really know, and am I gonna really learn? I'm very hands on. I'm what you call a kinesthetic learner. So I like the tangible. I like to feel. I can't just. I'm not the kind of person to be like, okay, I've read that manual,
read a book,
and now
I know it.
Reapply. I need to do it at the same time. But bigging up KG, she was our teacher, and Noor, and they they took us through a very simplified way of being able to get on the decks, like understanding how the CDJs worked, the 2000s, how the 2000s worked, how the mixers worked, beat matching. Everything was very simple, and everyone was, told how to prepare their music, whether they're using Serato or Record Box. We was all shown how to access that, how to export onto USBs. There's so many things that are involved with learning how to DJ that, but if you want to learn it, you will learn it. It's like learning another language at the end of the day. you know, learning, I don't speak Spanish, but it's like learning Spanish, for example. After a while, you're eventually going to be able to pick up on certain things. And over time, I found myself like wanting more, to the point where I remember Bams, she's a producer. She came in one day to one of our sessions, and she was going in on the effects, and I was just like, what? There's effects that you could do as well, other things. And I was like, look, I need to find a way that I can practice outside of this once a month, because once a month is just not, it's not enough for me now.
No, you need more consistency than that for sure.
More consistency. So KG told us about Pirate Studios, which back then, for being a North Londoner, Notting Hill was the closest one to where I live, and that's still a reasonable distance, but it had me like determined enough to drive over there, to like book a room. This was back when it was about £10, £12 an hour.
Yeah, because I was just thinking that's when Private Studio was brand new by the sounds of it, isn't it? Because Private Studio is not that old from what I know.
Do you know what? It'd be interesting for it'd be interesting to find out how long they've existed for. But I believe the first ever pirate was actually in Bristol. If I'm correct.
Okay. In
so
that case, then
they've
probably been around for quite some time then, in that case.
Yeah. So the first pirate I believe is in Bristol. They've now got pirates all over the world, like all over in America, over here. I think they might have one up in Ireland. Like when you go on the website and you see all the different locations in other parts of Europe, like they're growing. Like now in London, now I've got one across the road, like in Camden. It's like 5 minutes from my house. Like, so from going on 45 to an hour drives, excursions over to Notting Hill. Excursions. Full-blown tours of West London, yeah, because West London only sees me once a year more time, twice a year for Carnival, and that's it. But I was going down there regular, and like bringing my USB, playing around with my music. I even did some private tuitions with KG, because I was like, look, I need, as much as I want to jump on, I still need a little bit more, but I need that one-to-one. So I did some private tuitions with KG, and then once I felt comfortable, I was going to pirate. And I remember there was this one day, and I always roll with my USB. My handbag's on my table right now, looking at me, and I've got 2 to 3 USBs in there ready.
Ready to go.
I just roll with USBs all the time, because you just never know. I never know when I'm going to want to practice. I never know when I might need to jump on. I never know if somebody might call me and say, Chris, can you come and do a whatever? I'm ready. I'm always ready. So I remember after one session with BAMS, I was so determined to learn these effects that I took myself to pirate, and I spent about 2 hours there just playing around with effects and learning how to record your mixes. So pirate also, some of their studios allow you to record your mixes, so you can listen back as well, and you can really hit. Once you're a DJ, you put up a video the other day, innit? When you're observing other DJ.
Yeah, because we see it DJ different. As we're DJs, we can watch and listen to a DJ with a different ear, like quite critically. Don't get me wrong, I think some of us are a bit more harsher than others, but I find it interesting when I see another DJ. And the first thing I'm looking for any DJ I listen to, I come into a place and I see a DJ, I'm like, is he going to mix that track? That's the first thing. And if I hear a blend, I'm like, okay, so like, yeah, I heard a blend. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? He's doing the DJ stuff. So yeah, man, you have to sometimes do that. So
Absolutely.
So I just got the information up on Pirate Studios. Pirate Studios was established in 2014 by David Borley and Mike Hamerton in Bristol. So yeah. Okay.
But I went to that pirate, so a couple of years ago, I was having a moment where I wanted I wanted some time away, but I wasn't really ready to leave the country by myself. So I was like, you know what? I want to go to a town that's vibrant, that's got culture, that I'm going to see people that look like me, like all that type of jazz. And went to Bristol, and I remember getting first time I went there, I got the train and was proper tourist vibes, which was nice. And I got a cab. I got on my checkout day from my apartment, I got a cab to Pirate, went in, and yeah, that pirate was definitely established.
Okay.
Yeah, back then, that pirate is a class, because bare, like, it's just like enough graffiti. Like it's
got that urban feel to it.
Like, yes, very urban.
Yeah, DJs live here. Yeah.
Literally very, very urban, which is nice. Actually, I say that with Boomtown. I've been to Pirate one other time, but that was in one of their big production rooms, music like band rooms, when we was doing. We had a meeting for a program we were putting together for Boomtown. So that's, yes, I've been there, twice. But as far as jumping on and playing, Bristol Pirate, and I'm now an ambassador
What
for Pirate
for Pirate
Studios.
Studios?
Yeah, I'm actually an
See,
ambassador
look
for
at this.
them. So I
Because
actually need to know that 2014 in Bristol.
that's when it started.
Found
Two
it.
people started it. Yeah. So okay, so
Yeah.
that was your introduction into DJing.
So that was my intro into DJing. I've been given a lot of confidence through how other people perceive me as a DJ. Now, I'm the kind of person that I really business how people feel and what they want to say about me. I'm not like that. But when I'm DJing and people are saying to me, "No, Chris, you're a sick DJ. No, you can mix that blend, that transition, that bit," and I'm like, "Okay, like you're appreciating the little secret." I call myself a musical chef in it. That's what I am when it comes to DJing. Little, you know what I mean? I season up the thing,
I
and
like that,
you know when
Chrystle,
I'm
musical
the
chef.
one's there,
Yeah.
musical chef. So when people actually acknowledge that, it does give me a nice boost.
Mm-hmm.
Just touching back on Pirate, I remember we just come out of lockdown, and they contacted me to ask me to to do some recordings with them for their beginners DJ training manual, which is still on their website to this day. So I can probably even send that to you for you to post up to be like, guys, if you want a beginner's guide onto how to basic functions of DJing and how to kind of get involved, that's still there. That's still active.
No, we're going to put that in the show notes. Guys, check the show notes. If this is something that you want to do, we've put the link in there, because I think those resources are critical to the DJ, to the DJ
Absolutely.
industry. We need more of those things. And like we said before about accessibility, and if it's accessible and it's something that you want to do, give it a go. So thanks for that, Chris. I'll put that in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm an ambassador, so my details will be given by DJ247 in the links. So in the link, so you can find out, a bit more information about how I'm a Pirate ambassador, and I mainly attend and facilitate events with them, and it's a nice experience. You get to work around other creatives as well, and be fully immersed in things that are happening in real time with the organisation, which is now moving into vinyl. So Pirates are soon going to be letting people hire the studios for vinyl, but you have for turntable work, but you have to attend the workshops first before you get that opportunity. But reach out if you want more information on that.
Well, guys, there you have it. But reach out if you are a new DJ and you want to learn. Do you know what I'm going to say? Anyone's listening and you don't beat match, you lot know I've got this thing on beat matching. If you don't beat match, click the link. At least you can go and learn those fundamentals to the beat match. I don't care how long you've been DJing. I know some people are a bit embarrassed. They're going to be some of those guys that come in, like I've been DJing for 15 years, but I can't beat much. So what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so okay, all right. Wait, don't
7,
take no
12,
pictures.
9,
12
11.
and 16 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop it there and then shoop.
Literally, and not one beat's getting hit.
Not
one of them. Car crash, train crash, plane crash, everything.
Yeah, but you have to learn. You have to learn and find your way, and then you build up. So as we fast forward on,
you do.
Yeah, you do. So Chrystilize, as we fast forward on, and now you are doing the brands that I see you working with. Like I see you doing Hackney Moves. You're there, the L running. Crystal's DJing. You're doing like the gym box. Like you're doing a lot of like sporting kind of stuff. I'm seeing you lots of different places. Let's talk about quickly Hackney Moves. How did you secure that? Because I know, there's going to be some female DJs that come to your page, right? And they're going to be like, oh my God, look at all the stuff that she's doing. Like how? That's the question that most people ask. So what would you say to that? If one of the new female DJs was to reach out to you and be like, that looks cool. Like, how did you get in there? What would you say to that?
Okay, so specifically speaking on Hackney Moves, I've actually been attending that event as a partner for, oh God, how many years now? It's been, again, I'm going back to pre-COVID. I think it's been about 5, maybe 6 years that I've actually been at that event, because that Hackney Moves used to be Virgin Sport.
Okay.
Virgin Sport used to have that event, and they used to have the running event over the weekend, and they would have events happening in the park. Okay. And then it was taken over, and it's now known as Hackney Moves. Now, thankfully, the people that took it over kept kept me on, and me on being Reggae Aerobics. That's my baby. That's my fourth child. That's what we're going to again talk about a bit
We'll talk
more.
about that in a second. Yeah.
Yeah, in it. But off the back of that, I was already in the space doing Reggae Aerobics,
Okay.
and I tell people what I do, whether between DJing, catering at Notting Hill Carnival, Reggae Aerobics. Anytime I'm doing something new, if I'm in an environment where I feel that environment might benefit from the skills and resources that I have, then I'll express that, and that's what I did.
Smart.
The people
Networking.
that book me, the people that book me, I let them know that this is what I do, and I was given the opportunity first time round to DJ on the main stage. Like the first year that I got in as a DJ, I was on the main stage for the morning opening and the afternoon, and alongside that was doing Reggae Aerobics, and also managed to get over to the start finish stage to do a bit of co-hosting. So
she was cleaning up. So you're doing
anytime I used to walk through the festival, I was like, I want to be on that stage. Like I want to get the crowd, because all of the runners, there's about 20,000 plus runners that take part, or near to that number. So they all run in droves. So there might be, maybe, don't quote me on the number, but say there might be 200 runners or 300 runners that will go out at a time. So they'll go out in intervals, so it's safe. And before they go out of intervals, there's a host there who, big up Indelible, because they're the ones that are manage that stage at Hackney Moves, the start finish stage. We got to get the runners, we got to get them like excited, bust 2 jokes, get them warmed up, play some music for them. And
so it's a bit of mic work as well. Is that like a bit of microphone control? Okay.
A bit of microphone work, a bit of microphone control. Mm-hmm. So myself and a lovely lady called Alicia, we were kind of like bouncing, and Tim, we were all kind of like bouncing off of each other, doing that. And that was in 2024.
Okay.
And I was back again last year at Hackney Moves doing all of the above. And yeah, man, we had a great time. That video is coming out soon, by the way. So yeah, that official promo video is coming out. Like, yeah. It's ready. It's locked and loaded, but I'm just like, it's all not gonna come out to get released.
So it sounds like you're kind of like a bit of a residency. You've kind of secured a bit of a residency with Hackney Moves, because you've been with them annually, consistently for some time. And I think one of the things that sounds like what you're saying, you've got a lot to offer. Do you know what I mean? So when they look at their roster, they say, okay, well, we need some new people. We want to keep some of the same people. And I think when your name comes up, because you're quite multi-skilled in that sense, like the microphone work, you've got the Reggae Aerobics, and you can DJ, and she beat matches that can keep the vibes. So then now it's a win-win situation. So the way you got into that, like you mentioned, was your brand Reggae Aerobics. Let's talk about Reggae Aerobics, the award-winning brand, might I say. So let's start from the start, because I remember when I see you, when I see you doing the Reggae Aerobics, because I remember when you first started it, and I'll be seeing you doing like the Reggae Aerobics stuff, and you're there. And once again, it's mic work, and you're kind of moving, and you got the beats them going in. How did that start? How did that come to life? Because that is a serious brand now. So how did you bring Reggae Aerobics to life?
I started teaching Reggae Aerobics when I was pregnant with Lakai, my youngest.
Actually, hold on. Let's explain, what is Reggae Aerobics? Let's start with that, actually.
Okay.
For someone that never heard of it, don't know what's going on, what's Reggae Aerobics? What's
so
that?
Reggae Aerobics is a fun dance-based exercise class that welcomes all fitness levels. So that means if you have 1 foot, 9 toes, 1 arm, you know what I mean? If you feel like you can't beat match the waistline, if you feel like you're a bit off with it, it don't matter. Like it's a non-judgment zone. It's
nice.
It's friendly to literally to anybody. Like I've got my youngest member. The youngest member I ever had was 9 months old.
Wow.
And I've had members all the way up until their 80s and everything in between. Okay. So the aim of Reggae Aerobics is that I've kind of taken from going to other dance classes, and not necessarily dancehall style classes, but just dance classes in general, and sometimes finding that the class is too fast paced, or the instructor's not really engaging with everybody in the class. They're kind of really focused on their regulars, and it can be a bit clicky. You know, sometimes the moves that we're doing are not safe. The screening hasn't been done properly to see if people can get down low, wind up slow. You get me? Them ones there. You have to make sure that you have to make sure, you know, that people can do it. And if they can't do it, you give them an alternative.
Simplify it.
Yeah, simplify it. So it's always been very inclusive, like very nurturing in terms of making sure that everyone can get involved, like no matter what your condition, because people come with all kind of conditions, you know, health, medical, whether it be physical health, mental health. And I've taught people in wheelchairs, like, you know, and seated. I've done seated reggae aerobics for elderly, for older, like golden ages. So I've always stayed true to the fact that it is open to all. Now, that it's open to all. And then so over the years, what I've done is initially I started teaching classes in my local community. I'm from Islington. So I used to teach classes in my local area, within gyms and then within private hired spaces. Yeah. So I found going and working like for myself in terms of being able to hire a space and get people to come into that space work better than working in a gym or working, you know, and just getting paid one fee. I thought that's not really it for me. I would rather try and diversify my income by taking on the responsibility of having a studio. And with that, it does come risk, because trust me, there are times when only a couple people might turn up for a class. There's been times where I've had no one show up for a class. And I'm like, well, boy, I'm doing something. I'm going to be doing something in this space. I paid for it.
Yeah.
And then there's times where the classes are 20 people, 25 people, or, you know, whatever the capacity is. Yeah. So, and I don't care if one person shows up to my class, and they're like, do you want to cancel? No, I'm not cancelling, because you showed up.
Yeah, let's go.
You left your house. Yeah, you left your house. Whatever you were doing in your life, you left it to come to this class. We're going to do the class. Yeah, so you get the same version of me, whether there's 1 of you, 10 of you, 20 of you, or whether I'm teaching hundreds, which is what, you know, festivals, how it's grown. So what I decided to do, after teaching reggae aerobics like locally for about maybe 6 years, 7 years, I thought, you know what, like, I've never been to a festival before. I've seen Glastonbury on TV and that, but it's never appealed to me. I thought, this is a bag of people in the mud, camping out and all that. I'm not really feeling that vibe. And I thought, nah. But I thought, what are these people doing? Like, what are they actually doing outside of waiting for their act to come on? So I thought, let me contact these festivals. Like, let me start reaching out to some of these festivals and offering out reggae aerobics as a service, like, to engage their audiences as like audience participation. Never got into Glastonbury. So Glastonbury, we're still waiting. Yeah, it's 2025. Got time.
There's still time. There's still time.
Got time to commit. Got time to commit. Award winning. Yeah. Award. And let's talk about the award very briefly. So the award that was won for Reggae Aerobics last year, 2024. Was with the Federation of Small Businesses. Nice. They are a massive organisation. They sit in the chambers for Parliament, so they have a say. Okay. Yeah, they have a say they talk to small businesses, and they will feed back to the government things that are working, things that are not working. And what's good about the Federation of Small Businesses is you pay a small membership fee, and I say small, it's less than £200 a year, and you get a heap, loads of benefits, whether it's free legal advice, whether it's like online resources, well-being services. Right now, I'm not even promoting it well, because we're going to, again, a link will be provided for you guys to go and check it out for yourself to see what I'm talking about. But if you're self-employed and you're out here doing your business on your own, with help from family and friends, in my case, over the years, it's family and friends that have been supported me to build up Reggae Aerobics and to get it to where it is. But for the most part, it's me doing all the work, and it's quite a lonely road. So the Federation of Small Businesses, they want to make being able to access products and services affordable, and they live by the word affordable. The word affordable is thrown around very loosely in the UK, but they actually live up by that. So you get there's tons of benefits that they offer. And Reggae Aerobics was the winner of the Diversity and Inclusion Award for the London region with FSB. And that was massive, because I was up against companies with payroll, HR departments. Do you know what I mean? I was
Big
up against
brands, yeah.
big companies like that were turning over, money, and like, and to go against all of those companies and come out on top. I don't feel like it's properly even resonated with me properly that I've got this award,
Yeah, I'm
Like,
listening to what you're saying, and I'm like, yeah, whoa. Because do you know what I love with what you're saying, Chrystle, is that you said about when you started the brand, you wanted to be inclusion. You said there's from all the way from 9 months all the way to 80, any color, any creed, doesn't matter whether you're elderly, young, whether you can't, like, we need to do this, we need to, like, you had that imprinted into the business for time. And by the sounds of it, it took you, for you to get recognized in 2024. It shows that you've been true to your word from day dot. And then you've been awarded for that. You need some more flowers. Let's give Chrystle some flowers for that, boy. Oh, you mean? Do you know how hard it is to keep a business and a brand going? And you've done that and won an award for it. So yeah, no, man, take some flowers. How you mean? Take some flowers and make a dumpling. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But to make a dumpling,
make a dumpling with them flowers there.
Stop it from two fritters. That's right. Because no, you know what? It's true. It's true. Because I think getting the award has also given me a lease of life within the brand as well. Because remember, we had the dreaded COVID, innit? So my business is physical. I like to see you in person. I weren't ready to adapt to online when lockdown happened. I've got a family of three kids. I started teaching reggae aerobics in 2009. Yeah, so it's been a good solid amount of time that's passed that I'm teaching. I've got a community of people. Every year we're doing events, we're doing festivals, Boomtown, Festival, Jamie Oliver's Big Feast. We were up and down the UK.
Yeah.
It was relentless from Hackney Moves all the way down to like August. So Hackney Moves starts in May. So between May to August, we was up and down like Love Box, Citadel. Like there's so many that we did. And then when lockdown came and everyone had to like stand still, I struggled because I've got a family at home and I'm having to homeschool 3 children, a 16-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 9-year-old, like, and then I'm supposed to be I'm in my kitchen. There's probably video somewhere. Someone's probably got a video recording me in the same kitchen with the same background. Well, not the vinyls because it's a new thing we are going with right now. But the same said scene, yeah.
Same space, yeah,
same scene. And I'm in there. God, you guys all right? I can't. Sorry, sweats in my eye. You can't hear me? No, let me just reboot and look. I'm used to saying to you, yo, Shirley.
Yeah. Shirley have to pick up your leg a bit.
Shirley, I know you. Right. I know you can. Do you know what I mean? And I can be saying to them, do you know what I mean? Gusha, go on with yourself. You know what I mean? Take it easy, nice and light. I'm used to having that engagement. And where I lost it, for me, it was quite a depressing time. I can't lie. It was a depressing time because I didn't have that connection anymore. And then it almost felt like I had to kind of start again somewhat after COVID in terms of like restarting up classes because the places that I was teaching before, I was no longer hiring those spaces, so I had to find new spaces. It takes a lot of time and energy to find a place that people can come to on a consistent basis to a class every week. Do you know what I mean? So at the moment, I'm now back to teaching on my Tuesday evenings in Stoke Newington, which is great. And I've got a couple of classes I do within the community, women only classes and family friendly classes as well in the community. So it's nice that I've been able to get that back, but it definitely has taken time. And the aim and the goal is now actually to grow the business and to invite new dancers into the fold and enable them to come along to events and enable them to run classes in their local areas. So the link for that will be provided to.
So that's kind of like you're franchising the business in about by the sounds of it. You're going to franchise it with other dancers and have it so they can have the same way, similar to like we were saying about the private studios. They've got different ones, different places. The long-term goal is to have Reggae Aerobics in different one in East, one in South, one in North, one in West, and then
one in Birmingham, one in Scotland,
yes,
one in Wales.
then move it around. And then, why not? Yeah, franchise it out.
Absolutely. Like, so people can, fully partake in the... So the hashtag for Reggae Aerobics has always been to join the wasteland movement. So we're looking at getting some new instructors on to join the wasteland movement and create you know, communities for themselves, or, you know, for them, you know, communities that they can nurture and that they can grow, and then also join us, you know, annually at, you know, a plethora of events that we do, and connections that, you know, that's been made over the course of, you know, these 14 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so hard work does pay off, guys, man. You've heard it first from DJ Chrystilize. The hard work pays off. So the brand that she built, Reggae Aerobics, opened many doors for her. She was able to join with Hackney Moves. She was able to then do Boomtown, festivals, Love Box. That's why it's funny. I was having another chat with another DJ called Tony Roberts, and he's got a brand called Show Me Love. And literally we was talking about it. And then his Show Me Love brand opens up so much more things for him as well. So if DJs can, like having a side brand or something else that can always channel you as a DJ into other places and give you a bit more exposure as well, that always helps out. That always pushes that as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, major key, guys. If you can do something like that and keep it running,
Absolutely.
it will help you in the long run.
And keep advocating for yourself, like for what you do. Like, don't stop. Not in a way that's like obnoxious, of course, because no one likes that. Like nobody likes it. But definitely blow that trumpet, blow your horn, let people know that this is what you do, this is what you bring. And before you know it, another thing as well, for Reggae Aerobics and DJing, I would say 95% of my clientele and the work that I get is through word of mouth. I might make a few applications here and there, but it's usually one event will lead on to another event, will lead on to another event, and then it just keeps going like that.
Keeps going.
Because from Hackney Moves, I then from the DJing at Hackney Moves, I then I've had like a residency for 2 years. I couldn't make last year's one because I was going to Jamaica to see my family, but it would have been my third consecutive year at the Oxford Half, which is another like big marathon event that they do, marathon event that they do in Oxford in October. And that didn't involve Reggae Aerobics. I literally bought my kit, my DJ kit, which is another thing, guys. Invest, like, if you're starting out in DJing, start off slow in terms of going to places like Pirate to see if you really like it. Like, do you really like DJing?
Do you want to do
like,
this?
Do you really want to do this? Are you coming home and you've got blends in your head? Are you beat matching in your head? Are you singing a song and thinking, yeah, this song will go with that song, you know? And then when you go and do it, it works, or it doesn't work because there's something going on in the background. You're like, actually, nah. But do you really want to do it? Because if you do want to do it, you want to start investing in equipment. And I started off with a small, it's Pioneer DDJ 200. It's the size of a laptop. And it was about 100 and, it was less than 150. Plugged into my laptop. I could load up my record box. It's got 2 channels, but guess what I could do? I could mix. And the first ever mixes that I've ever done to this day are on my Mixcloud right now, and maybe SoundCloud, but definitely Mixcloud. And those mixes are on that 200. That's on that. So don't be, you know, now I've got my kit. If you look on my Instagram page, you'll see I've got Flex. I've got a Flex 6 that my mum and my sister gifted me when they saw that I was quite serious about DJing. And then I've bought a Z frame, which is like a flight. So I bought a flight case to store my Flex 6 in. And then I've got a Z frame to put that on. So it's, you know, it's performance. So when I'm out doing Oxford Halves and Essex and Salcony and wherever it is that I need to, London Youth Games, I'm bringing that equipment with me. I've bought 2 speakers, no, 1 speaker. I kind of hijacked from my son and his brethren because they were having parties in the park when they, like, during the times that we were supposed to be in our yard. So I was like, I'm gonna hold this speaker, you know. I'm gonna hold this speaker still. So big up my eldest Shaq. Big up. They know.
Thanks for the speaker, then.
They don't know. Thanks for the speaker and Co. I've since bought a second one to go with it. I bought 2 microphones. You know, next thing is now, like, I'm thinking about wireless mics. I was talking to you about moving headlights, getting another frame for, like, other more events that, you know, a bit more sophisticated, not sophisticated, but events that would, you know, that the Z frame maybe not suit, you know, getting like a DJ booth, like a cloth DJ booth, which I'm considering, you know, like I'm looking at, you know, having smoke machine. You never know. I'm looking at having additional things to complement what I do, because I know that I'm in this for the long haul. I've always wanted to do it. Like, I still do it to this day. And yeah, man, where was we the other day? Boom Battle Bar. 2 weeks ago for St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, man.
Yeah, no, you're doing your stuff, Crystal, man. You're doing your stuff. Do you know one thing I want to touch on as well is for all the female DJs out there that are thinking about, starting like a mobile DJ business, because obviously, like you're saying, you've got your equipment, you're building and you're developing equipment, and there are a few DJs in the UK that are doing mobile, and I want to see if I can bring as much of them to the podcast as possible. But being a female, I remember you said before about like when you started DJing and you saw, go into the venues with records and the weight aspect of it might have been a bit, maybe have put you off a little bit. But looking at how things are now and looking at where you are now and looking at the stuff that you bring now, what difficulties and what things do you think what is possible for a woman inside the mobile DJ space, setting up her things? What trials, what are the pros and cons in terms of the mobile space and setting up DJ gear?
Okay. So, I'm going to probably go between both as I'm going to explain to you. So initially, you need to have a mode of transport. Now, you don't have to drive. I'm a driver, so thankfully I've got a set of wheels that can get me to and from where I need to go at any given time. However, if you haven't got a set of wheels but you have the equipment, absolutely add that as a fee. Add that as one of the fees that you're including in your equipment and the charge that you're going to be incorporating for DJing as well. So don't think that that's a barrier if you've got the equipment but you haven't got your own mode of transport. You can incorporate that in. You need to be physically fit, or you need to have someone that's going to be assisting you. So if you know your back hurts, you're this slipped, you know what I mean? One side, your muscles tense, you might have a condition where you can't heavy lift. Bring someone with you, and again, you're going to have to incorporate payment for that person. Yeah, you might, because some people will have a family or a friend that can do it, which is great. But if you're going to do this, you want to get serious from the beginning as well. Like, get serious. Don't just be saying, "Yeah, my brethren, yo, like, what are you saying? Yeah, tomorrow you can be saying you can help me, like, move to." People have got their plans. People have got things going on, and they need an incentive. Like, do you know what I mean? People need an incentive. Whether you're going to offer to, I don't know, make sure they get fed, they get drink. If you're using their car, you give them some petrol money. Like, just, whoever you're getting in, just don't use them, abuse them. Like, get someone that will help you. If you can't do it yourself, if you can do it yourself, great. I have actually so before I never used to have this little trolley, but now I've got a trolley. It's one like what the delivery guys would use if they're stacking boxes. I just picked it up from like a tool station, Screwfix, B&Q, and it's height adjusted as well, and it can take up to 100 kilograms of weight. So my speakers, it's quite a bit of weight. So
that's enough, yeah.
So my speakers, they probably weigh, I think maybe 15 kg, something like that. Definitely less than 20. They are heavy. And I remember before I had the trolley, I was doing up the whole carry the speaker like out the car, turn it on its side, and and then I gotta go back in the car, get the other speaker. And I thought, no, this is long, man. This is long. There must be a way. Like, I'm very practical. Like, if you see the setup right now, with even this setup now, how I've made it work, because I like to make things work. Yeah. So I was like, you know what can I do? Okay, cool. So I got a trolley from one of those shops. Can't remember which one it was, but one of them shops.
Home base.
And yeah, and I literally strapped, so my flight case alone can go on there. So if I've just got to bring my controller, my flight case, then that can fit on there. I can cable tie it down, or my two speakers fit on there side by side, and my speaker stands also, I can slide them in the back, and then my controller is on my shoulder, and my laptop and everything else is on my back. Like cables and that. So I do it in one move. So, like, for example, Gravity in Stratford, yeah, amazing location. It's like an adult version it's like a new version of Trocadero. Not adult, kids go there as well actually, but it's like a new millennium.
Yeah, I know those dating places where there's big activities going in, food, drinks, everything. Yeah, they're lit.
Ego karting, games,
yeah.
Golf, mini golf. There's, like we said, there's enough little dates going on. There's people with their kids. There's people like brethren's there. There's all types of people that go there, which is really nice. But where that location is, there isn't any like direct, I can't just offload outside and just carry the speakers and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, if I get a gig and I haven't got a means to park directly outside, what can I get to get my equipment in one go?
One
Preferably
swoop.
with me, I want to do it in one go. So I'm only working with what I know I can manage. Yeah, so I can manage putting my 2 speakers on the trolley. And then I can probably even rest my controller on if I wanted to, but I just keep it backpack on, controllers across my body, so my hands are free to pull the trolley, to pull the 2 speakers. And I just take my time. And there's a lift, take the lift. Once upon a time, the escalators weren't working, so I thought, you know what, forget that. Let me make sure that I park near the lift so that regardless of whether the escalator's on or off, I know that I can get to and from the car safely without me having to, do you know what I mean? Take off a speaker, carry it down, hope that no little bad breed youths ain't gonna be like, yeah, quick thing, grab a little. And then, so,
Just for the people that don't understand what bad breed youths are. Bad breed youths are naughty boys, people that like to commit crimes, just to make it clear for anyone. And girls sometimes. For those listening across the water, that's like, what did she just say there? Just some clarity there.
We've all seen them and we all have them in our societies, no matter where you are in the world.
Doesn't matter. Yes, they are always local. People that are trying to make money for free at your detriment. So, be safe out there, guys.
They're always local. Like Tesco's. They're always local, like your local Tesco's. I can't deal like shooter. It is true. That's what you're thinking. It's your equipment.
It's your equipment.
It's your equipment. It's your equipment. And don't leave your stuff locked in the car overnight either. Like don't, if you're gonna store your equipment, know that you have to have that energy. If you've got to make 1 or 2 trips when you get home, make sure you offload that equipment out of your vehicle, because people will see who you are and what you're doing. And before you know it, you got a situation where your vehicle's been broken. And I know DJs that this has happened to. Like they've had their laptops and
I've had it.
And things stolen.
Yeah,
I've had it.
Yeah, I remember I was DJing in one club and then I come out. I had my laptop. I left my laptop in the car, and I've taken USBs because I want to party at this party. I want to do my set and then I want to party. Come back to the club, I see my back window smashed out, and I said, at the time, I remember it was just after Christmas, and I got a brand new North Face jacket, big puffy something, and I had it in the boot. And I went there, I opened the boot was empty, jacket gone, laptop bag gone, all the something there gone. And at the time, I lost basically all my music. I was gonna give up DJing because I was like, I've got no tunes. I had to start again. So yeah, that taught me what you're saying. That taught me that lesson, to the point, if I have to leave my equipment in the car, which sometimes I do, I take my laptop because I'm like, I can buy all this back. I can buy it. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a couple of grand, but I can buy this back. But you see my music collection? Now I have backup hard drive and a backup hard drive. So I'll back up the computer with that hard drive, back it up with another hard drive, park that off somewhere else. Yeah, you got to. So yeah, that's a good nice little tip there. Try not to, if you can, leaving your equipment in your car. Especially if you're in London, definitely not. 100% don't do it. Don't do it. Those little youths that we're talking about, they'll see and they'll be like, yeah, man. Was either those or the drug addicts or someone who's like, I can make some money out there.
There's an epidemic.
Yeah, that £2,000 laptop, I'll get £500.
I had my parcel shelf, It's the thing that just covers the things that are in your car, the thing that covers it.
Yeah.
That was stolen.
Are you serious?
Ripped out. Yeah, that was stolen.
So someone's like, I need this parcel shelf from the...
Obviously, it was to order.
Yeah.
It was to order. And at this point in time, I don't know what kind of jungle justice is going to reach that person, because it's like, clearly it's a thing. It's an epidemic right now with people's cars are getting broken into for even just the parcel shelves. And then once they've gotten in, speakers, but you know what the thing about that is? The strange thing about that is my microphone was in the car, and my camera tripod was also in the car. So they never took that. Like, and I thought, and in my head, I'm thinking it's these little things they're going to take. And it might only be, £30 for the mic and £25 or £30 for the tripod, but it's still that inconvenience, isn't it? I've still got to pay 100%. To get the glass fixed. I've got to, it's all long. It's all long. So yeah, man. So what you want to do is you want to make sure, don't leave anything that you don't want to risk losing. It's like when you're talking about investment, isn't it? Don't invest more than you're prepared to lose. If you're prepared to lose that, leave it in your car and go and hey, shots. Yeah, come outside your car looks like it's been shot. Yeah, your car looks like it's been shot up. Yeah.
Shots. Well, you got your laptop and your speakers and your mic, all your equipment in the car. You're there like, hey. This time someone's there taking your things. You're just like, hey, skin out.
Skin out. I'm telling you. So like, yeah, just keep yourself and insure it. Insurance is very important, guys. All my equipment's insured. Everything. I've got now I own about 3 speakers, 1 big Bluetooth. No, I own 4 speakers. I own 4 speakers and they're all insured. Like all my speakers are insured. My laptop's insured. My DSLR camera is insured. My anything you can think of. What else have I?
Any kit or things that you need.
Anything. Any kit that somebody, and when you're DJing, there's more people that come over. Are you all right? Yeah, can you play this with the juice over your thing? Can you play this? Can you play this song for me? Nah. And then before you know it, drinks are getting spilled. Do you know what I mean? I used to be that person, you know, not the drunk version. I don't wave like that. But I would be that person, be like, fling on a TOK, put on some Elephant Man. What do you mean, Reggie? You played this song, you ain't playing no Vibes Carter? I'll be like, I didn't care. I'll look you in the eye and be like, can you play? I used to be that person. As a DJ now, we're not on the other side.
On the other side, Chrystle, how you feel like
we're not on the other side.
Yes.
Hey, listen, unless it's your birthday or you've given me a playlist, don't ask me to play stuff. Don't ask me to play stuff. Do you know why? Yeah?
Go on.
Do you know why I say this? Do you know why I say this? Because it's only when you DJ, unless you're an amapiano DJ and you're getting 85 minutes for one song, it's only when you start DJing that you realise how short songs are. Some songs are 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Nowadays, the new stuff nowadays is short. 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Yeah, that's it.
So by the time I've got that song in, I'm getting my next song. I'm looking for the next song. You're coming over to me asking me about, can I play this song? And you're not hearing me tell you right now, no, or come back later. That's 45 seconds gone.
Yeah,
now the controller's starting to flash because it's telling me I've got 30 seconds left to load something. Yeah, or face embarrassment. You know that flash, boy.
Hey, Chrystle, do you know what? It's funny. On one of my questions here, I've actually got for you. Yeah, as a female DJ. So obviously, as a DJ, and it's talking about requests. As a DJ, and I know a lot of DJs will resonate with what I'm about to say. 99% of requests are done by women. Women will come to the DJ booth. If the alcohol is infused, they feel entitled. They might have been exactly what you was before, Chrystle, and they'll come look us dead in the eye and say, what? Are you going to play some Vibes Cartel? And you're like, yo, first of all, whoa, you're all up in the face, all up in my space. So being a female, I'm interested to know, like, with requesters, are you still seeing more females? Do you see more females than men? Do females get rude? Has anyone ever told you to F off and been rude to you? Because, as a male, some women, I think maybe once the drink is infused, I'm not blaming all women, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Where you're getting most of those requests from women, sometimes they'll get rude, and there's been, lots of, one of my friends, Tim Famous, over in Toronto, he's always putting up videos, he's got this 360 camera of these women, and they come to his booth, and some of them, I'm just like, oh my God, they are so rude. But as a female DJ, do you experience that same rudeness also?
Not really. I say not really. I remember there was only one time that I was DJing for Brewdog at their flagship. I was resident with them for a little while. And I remember this lady come up to me and she was like, can you play this song? Now when you DJ, we're working off beats per minute. I might be at 115 going in, working my way up to 120 BPM.
Yeah.
And you're requesting a 95 BPM track. Because you're telling me because no one's on the dance floor. And I'm like, but the venue, the environment at the time, it wasn't dance floor vibes at that particular time of the night. It was this was early evening that we're talking about. Yeah, so it's more like a warm up. And then on top of it, the song that she requested was a song that I'd never even heard of. You know when you got to find this foreign artist, and I'm like, you want me to play to a venue that has maybe 500 people, 400 people in it, one song for you.
Yeah.
For you to like that's not us. I'm like, no, sorry. There's been times that I've actually just said no. That there's been times before I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I'll try and find it. Yeah, come back to me
and
like,
and all that polite stuff.
All that. Yeah. And then there's other times where I'm like, this is the genre that I'm playing. When I go back into that genre or when I go back into that BPM, I will try and play it. If you're still around then, come back to me. And then I will and if they are still around, if I'm saying that and they are still around, then I will either play it or I'll say, you know what, I can't, like, this is not, it's not in line with the theme of what's going on.
What's
Because when
going
we're
on right
DJing
now?
in these places, when we're DJing in certain places, we're being paid to play a certain genre.
Yes,
We're not just there doing up
winging
bedroom
it.
selection.
Yeah, doing up bedroom selection, just doing up home mix, just doing what we want. Just
doing up kitchen vibes. Just
Yeah,
doing up,
that's
you know what
not
I mean?
what we're
Cleaning
doing.
vibes and all that.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're trying to keep the people here. We're trying to create a vibe. The venue have asked me, like, my job here is to keep this place popping, and your request is going to flatten it. It's going to flatten it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I find you're right. It mainly is women, and the odd times that guys have come up, I'll probably say out of 10 guys that might come up, I'll say a good 6, 7, their requests they're in line with what I'm already playing. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they'll come up and they'll request something. I've got a couple would be like, you got any Wu-Tang or any maybe Kanye or whatever it is. I'm like, yeah, I can throw that in there because it's within where I'm at. It's working with where I'm at. Yeah, like I can't be in Afro beats. You want me to play disco? Like it's just not gonna happen.
It's not gonna work. You're gonna kill my flow.
ABBA's not gonna work like that. If I'm experimenting at home, then I like to do those kind of experimental mixes where I would fling in an ABBA with, I don't know, some Shensia. You never know.
Yeah.
If I'm doing my own thing, like you don't know what's coming.
Bashment and disco. Yeah,
and you know what?
That's what
I'm
we're
gonna do that.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But other than that, like, come on now, man. Like, yeah. So please, if you're listening to this podcast and you're not a DJ, but you like DJs, you're trying to find out a bit more about what we're doing. Like, respect the DJ. Respect the fact that the DJ's there to do a particular task. Unless it's your birthday, your wedding, your special occasion, those are the only times where requests are honoured because you tell the DJ, this is what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Because it's your occasion. It resonates with your memories and stuff. That's great. No problem. But in other settings, you have to understand that when a DJ is saying no, it's not because they don't want to play it. It's because it doesn't fit in with where we're already at. And there are some DJs that actually don't want to. So we just have to deal with that. You're asking a question. Yeah, be prepared to be told no. And also, be prepared to have your request money too. Like, how about that?
Yeah,
let's get a little card reader.
Yeah, 100%. I was saying on one of the other posts as well about... No, I think, if you are in a public... If you're at a public event, so you just paid to come in, or you haven't, even worse, you haven't paid to come in like a bar or something, right? And then you want to go in there and be like, I don't like this music, and you want to go and tell the DJ, if you've got no grease paper, you cannot come and tell me nothing. I think in a public setting, if you have no grease money, no creme de la creme, no Moulin Rouge, no coins, no crypto, no Dodge, no pound, no yen, no dollars.
No Ethereum.
If you ain't got no Ethereum, then you can't really be coming and telling me about like, do this and do that. But I think if it's a wedding and if it's a private, it's a bit different. But I think public events, they can't really do that, man. Cool. DJ Chrystilize, man, thank you so much for joining me on today's pod, man. And thanks for all the tips that you were sharing about, the females that are thinking about getting into mobile DJing. Being physically fit is going to be helpful because you're carrying a lot of weight. Carrying your speakers and sort of thinking of like a trolley or some sort of mode of transport to get in and out. Bringing an assistant and not to use your friends and family because you're trying to grow a business that can help. But it still is possible if you definitely want to do it, man. So thank you so much for that. Having a brand can help your DJ business, whether it be a fitness brand or another party brand or an event brand, something that can get you out there. So all of those tips and tricks are helpful for the community. Before we go, Chrystle, do you have any last words?
Yeah, to my fellow female DJs, just continue to work on your grind. Don't let anybody try to put you off and make you feel like you have to be out there physically. Out there exposing yourself out there in order to get eyes on you. Your assets. Yeah. Don't feel like you need to be doing all of that to get seen, because you'll see there are a few DJs that are getting booked and they're busy because of that. That's the kind of look that they're going for. Don't feel that you have to kind of fit into that. It's like a new era of like video vixens, but for DJing now. And it's like, what is this? Like, it's not necessary. Like, yeah, look nice. When you're doing a gig, make an effort. Look like you haven't just rolled up and out of your yard and it's a hindrance for you to be there. Like, actually look like you want to be there. Make an effort to look nice, obviously to smell nice, to take care of yourself. And also bring in other female DJs. I'm saying other female DJs specifically because to this day, I still think that the industry is very heavily male dominated. Like, and a lot of males as a male yourself, and Dar, you've been DJing from the beginning of like these bigger fish days we're talking about. Shortly after that would have been when you were getting into DJing. So you've been in the game for a long, and you're still in the game. So for you to say that, you know, it's very real. Like it's very male dominated, and you'll find that the males that dominate the market don't really bring in females that much. They might bring in one or two, and when they do, they're of a certain kind of caliber. They've got a certain look about them and whatever.
Yes,
cool.
yes, 100%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you see it for yourself. If you don't see it, then you do. You either see it or you don't. And then other females, bring in females. Like for Hackney moves, opportunities that are presented to me, or I can bring in people. I'm bringing in females. Like big up Carmen DJ, big up DJ Nads. Like they're now part of the Hackney moves family as far as DJing goes. I know for the last 2 years, from the year I brought them in, and last year they've been back at, you know, in that environment, and that's amazing for them to get into that, because I know that they normally play in other settings and it's something new. And I'm like, nah, I actually, when I was asked, can I bring people in? I thought, yeah, I want to bring in some females because where there's not enough of us, there's just not enough of us there. So don't feel intimidated or put off by, oh, if I give this gig to another female, then it means that they're going to like them more, and then maybe they might not come back or whatever. If you can't do the gig, give it to someone. Like, give it to someone else that you know can do it. Yeah, that it's not going to embarrass you either. Because the people that I put forward deliver. Don't give work to people that are unreliable, that are inconsistent. Like, do you know what I mean? That only want to, you know, operate on their terms. If you've got something going on and it works for both of you, great. Sometimes you may get a gig and there might even be enough for you to say, you know what, I'm going to actually eat a little £50, you know, or a little bills off of this, because there's enough to go around. But sometimes you'll have some gigs and there's nothing to share other than give the person the gig and go about your business, go about your day. And trust me,
let them have
you'll
it.
get, let them have it. And in time, something will loop back round to you, and it will be nice. And then hopefully you can hear back and say, yeah, that person you provided, yeah, man, it was good. But they'll come back to you again and say, we still want you, because you've got to be unique about what you're doing. Don't just be out here trying to blend in, trying to fit in as a female. This goes to any DJ, but particularly as a female DJ, don't think this is the standard. This is what you're seeing right now. There's a lot of things. Social media makes it look like it's a certain kind of way. And you may even go to events in person and you see certain things. Don't worry about all of that. If you've got a vision for where you want to go and how you want to do it, you stick to that. And if you feel like it's not working, then you switch it up. And if it's still not working, then try something else. Maybe even, you know, you may want to divert into a whole nother industry, whatever the case might be. But like, just keep being persistent, keep trying, do your mixes as well. Like, try and do mixes regularly. I'm due a few mixes. I've got quite a bit of studio credit that I need to go and use at Pirate, and I've got a bag of mixes, that I need to do. So like, yeah, man, keep mixing, keep, you know, shazamming your music and creating your playlist and staying up with what's new, what's not, and play what you know you like, that you're going to enjoy playing. Sometimes you get long sets. I get 8-hour sets, sometimes 7-hour sets. I need to make sure that I'm going to play music that I'm going to enjoy, and I'm not constantly doing the whole.
Yeah. Oh God, how long have I got?
You're tapping the watch. You're tapping the watch, you know, because you're like, is this thing even moving? Because I've just want to play 8 tracks or 12. Do you know what I mean? And you're like,
100.
If you don't because it looks good, don't get into it because you think it looks good. There's a lot of hard work and effort that goes into being a DJ. There's a lot of planning and preparation that has to be done. We don't just show up. Okay, yes, I do roll with my USBs in my bag as a break glass in an emergency situation. But if I'm preparing for a set, then you have to sit down with your laptop and you have to get your music ready and lined up and make sure you're prepared, because other DJs can tell, and people that know their music can tell if you're showing up to a gig and you're not prepared. And I'm saying this because I've been there. Prepared. I've done it. Yeah, I've done it. I've rocked up thinking, yeah, I've got 20,000 songs on my laptop and I can shell the thing out. And then I'm there and you're on the spot, and remember, you've only got 2.5 minutes to get to pattern it up. 2 choruses is my go-to when it comes to mixing. And unless you're juggling and you're barely even getting the words in, certain DJs ain't going to mention your name. But let the track breathe, man. Let the track breathe.
Yeah, let it marinate for a bit.
Let it marinate. Just, you know, when you have the chicken and you know, like, if you don't get to season it overnight and you just dash it on and fling it in the oven.
Just dipped it in sauce and said, yeah, listen, like, yeah, nah, man.
you
Let it
can't taste that
marinate,
seasoning
man.
to the bone. You can't. You had a bite. It's not really. It's all too fast. Like, but when it's had that that time to marinate, yeah, and everyone's then you bring in a, like learn your craft and upskill at all times. Learn, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. Once you master beat matching, have a top five list of things you want to do. If you do your beat matching, after your beat matching, before that, you're gonna organize your playlists. You're gonna figure out what software you're gonna use, whether it's Record Box or whether it's Serato. Then you're going to learn how to organize your playlists, your crates, very important. Having all your songs just slapped on a laptop in one place is not the lick. You need to have your music in order, whether it's in years, in
Organize,
genres. Yet, if you're playing for a particular, if you've got a client, create a folder for them and put all the music you're playing just for that client in that folder, but you've got your other subfolders. You've got your beat matching to do, and then you've got maybe using effects. So, but you want to keep, now me and you are getting into like scratching, we want to be doing scratching, we want to be doing other bits and pieces. We're still learning as DJs. Yeah. So if the learning don't stop.
Always still learning.
Yeah. The learning don't stop. If you're in this, you're in it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
stay in your stay at your kitchen table, stay in your bedroom, stay in your living room and have fun. Vibes all day. Do you know what I mean? Strictly vibes. Yeah. Yeah, strictly vibes. So if you're going to come out in the environment, make it make sense, man.
Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. There is those last few gems you just dropped there, Chrystle, for the new crew. I echo and I co-sign everything you just said there. The one thing I would add is microphone technique, like when they're thinking of the different things that they're going to work on, microphone, because as a DJ sometimes you've got to say stuff, and DJs that I say I don't get on a microphone, I'm like, that's gonna be a loss for you, like if you're booked at a place and they say, oh, can you just say something, and you're like, no, I don't really say nothing, that person's gonna say, well, oh, you're not gonna DJ there again, like you will, and they won't tell you it's because you never said. That person will go back to whoever told them to tell the DJ, and they said the DJ said that they're not gonna say it. The person will be like, what? They said they're not gonna say it? Who's DJing tonight? They ain't DJing here again. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, work on those things. Have your list. Work on those bits and bobs. Chrystle, DJ Chrystilize. Obviously, we have to bring you back again for another episode because there's a few things we didn't get to talk about. I want to talk about your collaboration with Radio 1. I want to talk about the things that we do with Accountability Club, and one of the things that's kept us very accountable and we keep on top of people. So we got some more to explore. But thank you so much for joining today. We need to get you on again 100% to talk to the people's damn on the Mobile DJ Mastery podcast. Guys, like I said to you before, man, check the links. We've got a lot of links inside the description. Go and have a look at those. Great for new DJs. Great to see what Chrystilize is doing. Great to see some of the new businesses and the things that are available for new businesses also. So make sure you check out those links in the description. But other than that, guys, man, we are going to wrap up for today for the Mobile DJ Mastery podcast. And I'm going to see you same time, same place next week for some more gems. Now, remember, if you have any comments, questions, or shows for ideas, head over to the Instagram. The Instagram is where we are listening to audio voice notes. And if you've got something decent, then we can chuck it in one of the episodes. So you can hear your voice, people can hear you, I can talk to you, and then we can go through it. But other than that, guys, we're going to love you and leave you. Same time, same place, next week, Mobile DJ Mastery.
Bye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, DJ Chrystilize, man. Thank you so much for joining me on this pod today and sharing all of your insights, you know what I mean, and sharing some of the tips that you just dropped for some of the new DJs about, don't keep your equipment in your gear, or don't keep your equipment in your car. Don't keep your equipment in your gear. Don't keep your equipment in your car.
What kind of gear are you talking about now?
And also, when you was mentioning about, do you know what? We're going to start it all again. Rewind.
Because I think Gary and them lot just up the nose.
Yeah, gear for all your gear. Have you got any gear? Have you? Yeah, Gary's got some gear. Of course, Gary's got gear. Gary's on the gear right now, bruv. This guy's always on the gear. He needs to relax, brother. Oh gosh.
Outtakes are crazy.